Hello everyone. Today, I would like to share about one of the species in the fungi kingdom known as yeast. The term yeast is often taken as a synonym for Saccharomyces cerevisiae. The characteristics of yeast are: it is a eukaryotic single-celled microorganism that is classified in the fungus kingdom. Yeasts are unicellular organisms, with some species having the ability to develop multicellular characteristics by forming strings and connected budding cells. Yeast sizes vary greatly depending on species and environment. Typically, its size is about 3 to 4 micrometer in diameter and can grow up to 40 micrometer in size. Yeasts are chemoorganotroph as they use organic compounds as a source of energy and do not require sunlight. Yeasts grow best in a neutral or slightly acidic pH environment. Yeasts may have asexual and sexual reproductive cycles. The most common mode of vegetative growth in yeast is asexual reproduction by budding. Here, a small bud or daughter cell is formed on the parent cell. The parent cell's nucleus splits into a daughter nucleus and migrates into the daughter cell. The bud continues to grow until it separates from the parent cell, forming a new cell. Generally, daughter cells are smaller than parent cells. Some yeasts, like Schizosaccharomyces bombay, reproduce by fission instead of budding. But, under high stress conditions such as nutrient starvation, haploid cells will die. However, under the same conditions, diploid cells can undergo sporulation to produce spores. Yeast is useful in many industrial processes because when it feeds on sugar, it makes alcohol and carbon dioxide. One of the applications of yeast is in winemaking. The important role of yeast in winemaking is it distinguishes wine from the grape juice. In the absence of oxygen, yeast converts the sugars of wine grapes into alcohol and carbon dioxide through the process of fermentation. In bread making, yeast is used to make the dough rise. Yeast cells thrive on simple sugars. As the sugars are metabolized, carbon dioxide and alcohol are released into the bread dough, making it rise. The gas bubbles created by yeast will keep the bread light and fluffy. The alcohol will evaporate when the bread is baked. Other than that, yeast is also used in nutritional supplements. Brewer's yeast, which is commonly used, also came from the same fungus that is used to ferment and make wine. It is important to understand that the yeast used in nutritional supplement is deactivated. In other words, the microorganisms have been killed off through pasteurization or drying, but the proteins, vitamins, and minerals are still there. Yeast can also be used as the source of biofuel. Microorganisms such as yeast and bacteria can be used to ferment organic biomass into alcohols and other valuable solvents. Yeast can be used to produce ethanol for the biofuel. Moreover, yeasts are more tolerant to alcohol and therefore produce more production than other microorganisms. Yeast can also be used as the source of biofuel. Microorganisms such as yeast and bacteria can be used to ferment organic biomass into alcohols and other valuable solvents. Yeast can be used to produce ethanol for the biofuel. Moreover, yeasts are more tolerant to alcohol and therefore produce more production than other microorganisms. Yeast is also used in bioremediation process. Bioremediation is an interesting alternative for restoring the ecological equilibrium in polluted environments. The yeast species is described as having biodegrading abilities that belongs especially to Rhodosporidium, Rhodotorula, Trichosporon, and Yarrowia. The studies on yeast showed that yeasts are able to use various petroleum components as sole carbon source, and their biodegradability decreases from N-alkanes to high molecular weight aromatic and polar compounds. The alkanes are mainly degraded using the monothermal oxidation pathway through cytochrome P450 system and transformed into fatty acids with the same length of the carbon chain. The presence of hydrocarbons, especially these alkanes, as sole carbon source trigger a series of biochemical and morphological modifications within the yeast cells.
Created using Powtoon.